Hi, good morning and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking time today to join this webinar. And my name is Amanda, and I'll be facilitating the session with you today. I'm one of the team members that are involved with the Ontario Authentic Indigenous Moments project, which is an exciting new initiative that you'll learn all about from this session. And just again, some housekeeping for the session. Uh, our webinars are very relaxed, and we always encourage people to ask questions. So you can ask questions by unmuting yourself and just asking me directly, or feel free to just type them in the chat section for GoToMeeting. So, and if you have any technical issues or can't see the screen, I see Jennifer posted Margaret is one of our team members that's on standby, and you can reach her at 1-877-444-5550. So now got the housekeeping out of the way, and so we'll get started here. And just letting you know that we have Jennifer from our team that's going to be monitoring the questions. And some of you may have spoken with Jennifer. She's been calling businesses and communities to share information about this initiative and to also recruit for participants. So some of you may have met her already and received a phone call or email from her. So she's with us today as well. So I'll get started here. So some of our best travel stories come from those unexpected moments we have with other cultures. And I'm sure all of you have had travel experiences that you could relate with. And what we're getting at is those moments that may happen in your community on a regular basis. And as you could see from this photo here, people just setting up a fish cleaning station, having a laugh, joking around. That essentially is these types of moments and authentic experiences that are really the heart of cultural tourism. So that brings us to Ontario Authentic Indigenous Moments. So this project is really exciting because it will be the first ever provincial community host to visitor web platform. And I'll explain how it works by giving an example of the sharing economy and the movement and the growth in that direction. So I'm sure all of you have heard of Airbnb, and it started with just regular people offering their homes for accommodations, renting a room in their home. So now Airbnb has also created their experience platform where they promote local experiences. And these can just be anyone. They don't have to have a tourism business set up. It's promotes people that are wanting to share a unique, authentic experience with a visitor to their community. So as you can see, there's a wide variety in the screenshot. Really, the sky's the limit. You could play football with Barcelona locals for $12, or you could learn how to cook French classic cuisine. You could go sailing and go on a hike through the woods with someone. So these are the type of experiences that we're really encouraging and really creating that connection between a host and a visitor. So it's ends up being a really simple process. And the step one, this is from the visitor perspective. You find your guide, your local host, and you connect with them directly. And then you'll have access to all the experiences that your host can offer you. So then you choose your experience. They're very personalized, and you deal directly with your host. And then lastly, you enjoy your moment. So these three steps get you from uh, from the visitor perspective, when you're in a community wanting to experience something authentic, really getting that real local experience. The platform of Ontario Authentic Indigenous Moments will provide you with that. So we refer to the hosts, the guides, as cultural entrepreneurs. They're really ambassadors in a way that have the knowledge and passion just to share an experience or a moment, as you would call it, with a visitor. And these moments can be anything from a 1 hour storytelling session to a full day excursion out on the land, to learning how to cook, learning how to make something in the community. Again, it's really open to whatever you want to share, and this is a really great platform and encourages entrepreneurship and just people getting involved in their community and doing what you love, and sharing what uh, you love about your community with visitors as well. Uh, Again, this is just another example of what an experience or a moment can be. Learning how to make a drum, and it was very kind of natural, unstructured activity. You have a lot of fun and laughs. And so it doesn't have to be anything cookie cutter and super structured. It could just be something that's natural and just having fun, and having that unique connection with visitors that come to your community. And I'm just going to show a little brief video as well that can give you a better idea of how everything starts to come together. There we go. Okay, so I know the music can't really be heard, but we'll be posting this video, or some of you may have seen it being posted on our Facebook page, and really just trying to get uh, people excited, because you can share so many things about your destination. And that's really the heart of what this project is all about, and getting those cultural entrepreneurs from your community, different guides out there, and just increasing their exposure. And it's a really simple project, and making it user friendly for people. And again, you don't even need to have your own business venture to do this, or website. Your profile and your experience will all be showcased on the Authentic Indigenous Moments website. So I'll explain just how easy it is to set up your profile. Okay, so first step is each entrepreneur or guide will create their own profile, which will include your name, your contact details, a photo, a brief bio, a video if you're comfortable having a video of yourself, and then a list of the languages that you speak in, which is an asset for international guests. And the photos can be just really natural. You could just take a selfie, have something really simple. So you don't have to worry about having a professional photo shoot. And again, you want it to show who you are and your face. So you begin to create that connection with the visitor virtually before actually meeting in person. And the next step is creating your moment. So this is where you list your experience and what you want to offer to visitors. So each moment will include the following information: a tour description, photos and videos, your schedule and availability. And that's another really great perk. You're in control of your own schedule. So even if you have a full-time job, but you want to host visitors on the weekends or even do an evening session, you have complete control of your own schedule, which is a really great part of this project. You then link your moment to your entrepreneur profile and you enter your payment details. So everything will be accessible online, similar to how an Airbnb booking would take place. And an ITO representative just helps manage the back end and any support questions that way. And and then you'll, as an entrepreneur, will get a notification once someone makes a booking, and at that point you can connect with them directly. So very simple process. So with a web platform like this, it's all about creating that connection between the host and the visitor. So you start to build a relationship before the tour even begins, which is great. And you have complete control again over your schedule and what you want to share. So it's really empowering guides and hosts and cultural entrepreneurs in the community to share what they're passionate about, and you have complete control over how to do this. And one thing about this program too, again, similar to how Airbnb works, we'll have a consumer rated system. So responsibility is on each guide, cultural entrepreneur, to deliver a really great product. So you want to have a really good review and get recommended by the visitors that experience your moment. So it really empowers you to do a really great job and have your experience getting good reviews. And so that's one important element with this project. So to summarize some of the benefits for cultural entrepreneurs, you have the ability to accept payments from anywhere in the world. You have the ability to set your own schedule. It's a really easy to use platform. When the website is live, you'll be able to create your profile just online by following very easy steps. You'll be able to have secure direct deposit payments. You receive online marketing and business support from ITO. You'll also get access to training programs. There's an easy agenda management and control over your own schedule. And then the fact that travelers can connect directly with you is a great benefit. And overall, as ITO's spearheading this project, just the brand of Indigenous tourism in Ontario will really be elevated and highlighting all those special people that offer passionate products. And it's just a really exciting project. and something that in the tourism industry is a growing demand. It's a common you hear from people their favorite experiences are when they can have an authentic experience with a local, and they want to connect with a local, and so this provides a really unique opportunity that way. So we're just going to do a little exercise here. Sometimes like to make the webinars a little interactive. So just have a question, and wanted all of you just to think about it, and you can share with us if you want. And if you just want to think about it on your own, that's fine too. But just want you to share, what was your favorite travel experiences where you met a local and shared a memorable experience? So I will start things off just to give one of my favorite travel experiences that I personally had. This is me in Eastern India, and I had the privilege of visiting an Indigenous ecotourism project that was in the tribal area of this province of Orissa in India. And there was one day we were just kind of relaxing around the project base, and we just decided to do a picnic with, I went with the girls, took me out, and we had a lovely picnic just on these rocks. There was a beautiful waterfall on the other side. And then they wanted me to wear their sari and dress me up in their jewelry and everything like that. So it was not structured at all. It was very spontaneous. It was authentic. And it was just one of those experiences that I'll always remember. So I just wanted to share that with you, just to get your thoughts of what we're trying to promote with this project. And if anyone has an experience that they want to share, you could freely unmute yourself and share a story.
I can share an experience if no one else has something to share at the moment. So I guess a couple of weeks ago, I visited a sacred cultural site called the Petroforms here in Manitoba, and we just happened to stumble on a tour that was being delivered by the caretaker of the site. He grew up there and was taught by his elders about the site and the meanings of the Petroforms, and like Amanda mentioned, it was very authentic, it was spontaneous, and it was really great getting that firsthand knowledge from a local.
Great. Thanks for sharing. Does anyone else want to share a story?
Sure, I'll share a story. I had my bucket list vacation this summer on Haida Gwaii and in British Columbia, and we were cycling through and had the privilege of being taken by boat access to and through all of the watchment sites on southern Moresby Island. And we went into 4 different coastal communities that were hosted by the local Haida watchmen. We learned about the program and how they live in their communities, how they work as a team to support sharing their traditional culture, but also how they work with tourism and the various operators that arrive by sea, because there's only boat access into these particular communities. Each one of them had a common history about their 2 peoples, the Eagles and the Ravens. But one thing that was very common was how they used the shells from the sea line to delineate where you could walk, how you could move throughout the community, where you weren't invited to go through the community. And it was completely earth-based. Everything came from the heart and the land. And in fact, when I went home, I'm now taking a part of that shell thinking and putting it in my own garden as a memorabilia from my vacation when I was in Haida.
Oh, that's a great story. Thanks so much for sharing. Anyone else want to share? Okay, well, we'll move on. We'll move forward. No worries. I think where everyone understands the concept. So again, just building off of really the fact that we refer to, you can get your business up and running within a day with this concept. So to test drive AIM, you need to choose an authentic moment that you can offer. Just define what makes it unique and special, and then put a price to it. And as you saw from the slide that I showed a while back with Airbnb, there was a range of different prices depending on the experience. So something a little more simple that's maybe a 20-minute session could be something like $15 per person, depending on what it is, to a full day excursion out on the land, and pricing that out accordingly. And ITO staff and representatives are always happy to help if you have any issues pricing out your experience. So they will always be there to provide that support and feedback if you do need help creating your profile too. So if you're new to this and not sure about pricing, just know that you will receive support for that as well. And so essentially, with those steps, you created a moment. So it's very easy. And again, creating your profile, you could do it very simply by just having, for the photo, you could just take a selfie of yourself, and then always an experience of your what you're offering helps as well for marketing and promoting your moment. And again, ITO is there to help and provide support with that. And for those that have talked to Jennifer or have received an email from her, well, the website's currently being programmed and isn't quite live yet. We're accepting applications to join this project, and very simple application form that Jen can send you. And then we just need your profile picture and then a photo of the experience. And then we could have it up and running when the website goes live. So that is an opportunity that for those of you that are thinking of joining or have signed up, it's really that simple on how to get started. And Jennifer is available anytime to provide assistance for that process as well. Give me one, sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so anytime that you need assistance, we're here to help, and looking forward to launching this project. And on the horizon, I'm just going to talk about other programs that ITO is doing, such as their cultural authenticity program, and the ITO corporate site. So these are other initiatives and programs that are on the horizon and being launched and spearheaded by ITO, which all of you will be receiving more information on soon. So I'll just give a little sneak preview of what's coming down the pipeline. So the Cultural Authenticity Program is a non-regulating approach that celebrates all of ITO's partners, members, and that are paving the way to support authentic Indigenous experiences. And there's 4 different designations that are with this program. The first is the preserver. So these are Indigenous entrepreneurs and businesses who offer culturally authentic activities based on their traditions, skills, and knowledge. So these are the cultural entrepreneurs, the guides, the hosts, the grassroots tour operators. Then we have the packagers. So these are businesses that provide a tourism experience, a service or product that includes an authentic Indigenous component. So these could be partners of ITO that have an Indigenous cultural experience as part of perhaps a larger packaged experience. So these can be tour operators, DMOs, RTOs, and tourism organizations. There's also the partners. These are organizations, corporations, government bodies that support or sponsor authentic Indigenous tourism products and services. So that one is pretty self-explanatory. And then we have the promoters, and these are tour operators, travel agencies, associations, DMOs that promote Indigenous tourism products and services. So you could be one of the designations or all of them. And when you do sign up, and we'll have an online assessment and registration form to join this program, you'll receive an icon, a badge that you can display at your business, and also a digital one that you can display on your website and marketing materials. And this works similarly to, say, the Rainforest Alliance, where you have that stamp of authenticity. So it's a really just takes your business to the next level and really helps build your brand and shares your story. So that will be coming down the pipeline. And we have, is moving forward with ITO. We have our Facebook page and social media sites that will always have up-to-date information on the progress of ITO and introducing the new programs. So I encourage you all to join and follow the Facebook page if you are a social media user. And while these programs are rolling out, if you have any questions, our email and contact details are on there right now. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. And I'd like to open it up for if anyone has any questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So it has to do with appropriation. Are you concerned about? I understand what it is that the NTO is trying to achieve, but at some point it's going to look like appropriation to some people, and you know it's pretty hard for some people within our communities to understand, you know, just what it is we're trying to do. I recall when I was a child, my dad would tell me stories that, you know, he thought of business ideas just similar to this, but he said it was a tricky path because, you know, some of these things that you're proposing could be viewed as sacred to some people, and to others it's just drum making, but to others it's, you know, that's a very symbolic piece of equipment for us that you know, it's very sacred, the drum. So my question is, for somebody who wants to get into this, do you have securities in place or supports in place? if the question of appropriation does come up. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. And that goes kind of along the lines of the cultural authenticity program and establishing guidelines and protocols for everyone. And absolutely, if something is sacred and you don't want it shared, it will be a decision that's made with community elders and leadership. And we certainly don't want to um, what's the right word, commodify certain cultural aspects as well. Um, so yeah, if there is anything that comes up that is sacred and people in the community aren't liking that it's being shared, those will definitely be addressed with ITO representatives and through the cultural standards and guidelines. Okay. Did that help answer your question? Okay, thank you. Uh, Great. So there's another question here. When is the estimated time the website will be live? So our programmers are working really hard to get the first, I guess, live draft, as you would call it, by end of the month. And as we populate the website, there may be some tweaks to the process. So it'll be a bit of a learning process. Once everything is established and up and running, for all of those that have already registered for AIM, we'll do another training session and show you how to manage your profile and how the whole system works. So that is coming down the pipeline, and you'll be receiving an email and posts on the social media about the progress. So that will be soon to come. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for taking time out of your schedule to tune in. And if there are any people that you know of that would like to be involved with this project, we encourage everyone to join, and our team will help you accordingly. And as I mentioned, if you do want to join and the AIM program, it's a very easy process. You can coordinate with Jen on how to get your profile ready, and it's something that we'd love to see lots of cultural entrepreneurs up there getting involved. So thank you so much for tuning in. And oh, there's one more question here. How is the system interacting with consumers? Mobile location or central, both? So this is a question. I'll take note of this. The programmers will have more detail on the back end of things. I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer that right now, but I'll take note, and we can get back to you on that, Nancy. And as far as insurance goes, each individual entrepreneur will have their own individual insurance to cover things, and ITO will also have just their own insurance coverage and liability as well. And all of that will be in detail spelled out on the website and the operational manual. So yeah, it will be similar to Airbnb. Yeah, no problem. Great. Any other questions?
I
Yeah,
just wanted
so,
to mention,
oh,
oh, sorry, Amanda. Just wanted to mention to everyone that I will most likely be following up with all the attendees today just to see if you might have anyone in your community who might be interested, or if you yourself are interested in joining the program. So I'll be following up in the next few days just to let everyone know.
great. Thanks, Jen. And so Nancy is asking a question about this question actually came up when we did another webinar session. So does it have to be an individual guide or an individual cultural entrepreneur, or can it be, say, a community organization? And we've since decided it is open for community tourism organizations. And there'll be a slightly different application for the profile. And for the photo, we're just suggesting if you could do a team photo or add something a little more personable with the organization. And so that's something that we definitely don't want to exclude people from being involved if they are an organization that offers a variety of unique products. So thanks for asking that question, Nancy. Any other questions? Great. Well, thank you so much again. And the session has been recorded. So when we do the follow up with everyone, we'll have it available online to access and share. And yeah, and then stay tuned for an email from Jen and some follow up. And we encourage people to ask questions and get involved and help spread the word. So Jen will also be sharing ways of how you could do that in her email. So thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.